Hi guys, this is Roxy Barlow with Simply Straight Organizing Solutions. Wait a minute, let me start recording on my Zoom and then we'll get started. Today we are doing, I'm gonna stop share for a minute. Today we are doing spices. Welcome to the spice rack. Welcome to the spice rack, all right? And we're doing spices today. You guys have been home. If you have kids, they're out of school. You are cooking a lot more than you've ever cooked before. I know I am. I'm cooking stuff I've never cooked before. I'm using spices I can't even pronounce, okay? So I know I'm doing a lot of cooking. I've even had to go and replenish some of my spices. So I've organized is that a word? I organized my spice rack maybe 2 months ago. And it got decluttered again. So I'm learning that while we're in quarantine, while we're social distancing, you're gonna have to clean this spice rack out several times. I also have like a baking spice rack back there that I'll do with you today, okay? If you want to do your spice rack, you can go and do it right now. You can go into your kitchen, take your device with you, and I will walk you through the 5 steps. You guys know my 5 steps? Can you see them? Can you see them? They are gut, sort. Are they backwards? They look like they're backwards. Purge, organize, and contain. So we're going to go through those 5 steps to clean out your spice racks. And then there's one in the back right there too, okay? So that's what we're doing today. Come on, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. All right, while you're getting all your devices into your area where your spices are, and while you're getting your spices, opening your spice doors and racks and drawers. I don't have a drawer. I have a shelf here that pulls out like so. And then I have like a turntable or like a, what is this called? Carousel, a Lazy Susan type pull out down there, okay? You may have a different thing. You may have a pantry. You may be using pantry drawers, okay? But whatever it is, make sure you open them up. I took the door off of my spice rack down here just so I can get in and out and so you guys can see. All right, so get that ready. While you're getting ready, let's talk about spices for a minute before we get into those 5 magical, wonderful, easy steps. Let's talk about spices, and I'm going to share my screen with you because I got it like that. All right, and spices, 5 easy steps to get your spices organized. Okay. Do spices expire? So, big question. Do my spices expire? Okay, so according to the USDA, defines spice as a shelf-stable product. And in those cases, they never truly expire, but what occurs over time is that the spices loses flavor and potency of that flavor. So they never truly expire. They just don't taste like anything. They don't smell like anything. There's really no use for cooking with them, okay? Most spices do have a best buy date. So if you want to look here, I'll show you in a minute. Okay, let me stop sharing my screen so you can see this. Okay, so on my spice right here, this is onion powder, McCormick. A lot of you guys have McCormick, which I'm going to tell you a little secret about McCormick later. But on here is the best buy date. Okay, so that means you want to, the best date to use this by would be whatever's on there. And usually with ground spices, it's about 2 years. We'll talk more about that. Okay. Let me share my screen again. Sharing. Most spices have that best buy date, okay? You can also tell a spice hasn't lost its potency by rubbing some of the spice into your palm and taking a whiff. And you can smell if it's potent or not, okay? If it smells dull and there's no smell, then that spice is over like a fat rat. All right. Next, how long does the flavor last in spices? So most ground and dried spices, and I'll show you, I don't know if you can see me because I can't see myself, they last about 2 to 3 years, okay? So 2 to 3 years, this is going to have its best potency, its best flavor, okay? Most fresh spices will last 5 to 7 days, okay? So those fresh spices that you get from the market, the farmer's market, or wherever you get them from, only 5 to 7 days. Ground is 2 to 3 years. Ground, of course, and dried are the most popular. And then things like mint, sage, rosemary, and thyme can last 10 to 14 days when stored in the refrigerator. And of course, salt lasts forever. Forever, forever, ever, forever, ever. Yes, salt lasts forever, okay? All right, so what are those steps that we're getting ready to take to organize your spices? They are gut, sort, purge, organize, and contain. They're 5 easy steps. I know they're probably hard to remember, but once you get them down, you'll never be cluttered. You'll never be cluttered again, okay? It takes time to get decluttered. Just take your time. If you feel I'm going too fast, just record this, come back to it later, and then do it on your own, okay? I do go fast because I only have an hour, and I'm trying to get to 2 spaces. And I'm a professional, okay? I don't expect you to be as good as me, and if you are, holler at me. I may have a job opportunity for you. Anyway, all right, step 1, gut. We're going to pull all of the spices out. Okay, you want to have a clean surface or surface that you can pull your spices out on. And then you're going to wipe down that spice drawer, pantry, or rack when that we got it all out. Okay, do I know how to speak English? What's going on? All right, I'm going to stop my share and then I'm going to show you how to do this. Okay, so this is my spice rack. I'm going to gut. I'm going to take all this stuff out. Take it out. Okay. I need a little music. Do you want me to sing? I can sing a little song. Sing a song. All right. So we're gutting. We're just taking everything out. I'm pulling everything out. Okay. We're just gutting. Just taking it out. Gutting is the very most important step. You can't start organizing until you gut. Okay. You can't remodel until you gut, okay? You can't get healthy unless your insides are not display. But gut is the most important. And then I have a step stool. I bought these step stools from IKEA. They come in blue and white. They're like $7. I love them. I have 2, okay? I have a step stool where I can get up here. And then we're going to continue to gut. Excuse my booty. We're going to get in here and gut. All right? Gut. Okay, if you have a drawer or pantry, go ahead and gut it. Oops, and don't drop stuff like I did. Gut. This is our first step. We're gutting. Okay, and I don't know if you can see all my spices. I'll show you once they're all gutted. Okay, so those are my spices. I'm also going, oops, this is not the right thing to move. I'm also going to gut this lower level. This is mostly my baking or my pints of spices. Since I'm cooking now, I never buy these sizes, but since I'm cooking so much, I was like, I'm gonna have to buy big sizes of spices. So this is me gutting. Okay, some more stuff. Gut is the first step of the 5 easy steps. Gut. And then also have some excess or extra storage there. Then after you gut, this is a great time to do a little cleaning, okay? You want to sanitize, especially in these times when sanitation is key and essential. So I have a little SSS, which is a Simply Straight solution that I just spray into. Sometimes I will spray directly on here. And sometimes I'll just spray the solution into a paper towel like this, ball it up, spray it around. I'm pressing hard in here, so. And you can use gloves. I mean, my hands are a little stronger than most hands, so my hands have been through the ringer. I'm just playing. But if you have sensitive hands, you might want to use gloves. All right, and then I'm just going to wipe down. Okay, I'm even going to wipe down these stoppers or guards, spice guards, because we touch those when we go in and out. And sometimes we touch these spices and we have stuff on our hands, like food particles. So you want to wipe down your spices as well, okay? You want to wipe down your spices, and we'll do that before we put them in, okay? So then we gut it, and then I'm going to clean this off. I don't know if you can see me. We're going to clean this off. Ooh, this needed to be cleaned up. All right. I don't know what these are called. Are these called Lazy Susans or carousels? I know there's a name for them. Turntables? Somebody fact check. All right. So then I wipe that down. All right. I'm just gonna rinse my hands because this was a bleach-based solution. I know you can hear me, but you can't see me. And I just want to get some of that bleach off, okay? All right, so we've got it. Did we gut? And so what's the next step? Let me share my screen and let's see if you're right. Yell it out if you know it. All right, the next step is to sort. That is step 2. And as soon as I learn how to use technology, you'll see it. Okay, so step 2 is to sort. You're gonna put all the spices that are alike into separate groups, okay? You can do that any way you want. You can group them by size, you can group them by brand, and you can group them by types of spices. I like to group them by brand because typically the brand are the same size. Okay, so let's do that. Sort, 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 sort. All right, so sorting. I'm just gonna close this so you can see, and then let me move this down so you can see. All right, so I'm sorting, and actually I need my glasses. I need some contacts. I need to holler at the optometrist. All right, so I'm sorting by brand. Okay, and I'm not looking I'm just loosely looking at them right now because I'm gonna go ahead and go through each one in the next step, okay? I'm just sorting. Now, if you want to start purging now and you know how to do that step, go ahead and start doing that step now, okay? And this is sorting. Okay, I'm sorting by brand. And if I have some that aren't of a specific brand, then I'll just put them in the back, okay? No brands. All right, so sorting. Let me see, do I have the brands together? This is over here. This will be here. Where's the salt to this? Okay, so we're sorting. I'm putting things alike together, okay? All these spices are pretty much sorted. Sort over here. Is this a name brand? Okay. I'm sorting. All right. Bottles and bottles. I'm popping bottles. All right. I'm putting containers in certain containers and containers. All right. So I sorted. We've got it. That means we've taken everything out of the spaces. This is empty. And I cleaned it down with a bleach-based solution. Okay, I also cleaned down the guards. You also want to clean down the handle. Okay, let me get a little more on my paper towel, and I want to clean down my handle. It's always a good time to sanitize whenever you're organizing. Sanitize, sanitize. Did you hear me? All right, so we got it. We sorted. What's the next step? Anybody know? Anybody know? Anybody want to see? Anybody care? I don't know what's wrong with me. I get excited when I organize. All right, so the next step, step 3, is to purge. What we're going to do is we're going to go through each spice to check for the best buy date. Remember, we talked about the best buy date. You do have an expiration date on your spices. Most of them do, okay? If they don't, you kind of have to just remember where you bought them. But remember, ground spices, 2 to 3 years. Fresh spices, 5 to 7 days. Fresh rosemary, thyme, sage, maybe 10 days in the refrigerator, all right? So you know they're gonna last about 2 to 3 years, typically, of your dried and your ground spices. So you're gonna look at the best buy date, okay? Spice aroma should be strong. You wanna smell it, okay? Let me move this. I'm gonna trip over this footstool. All right, so it should be strong. Oh, that was cinnamon, and I didn't even read it. It should be strong. The taste should be potent, and the color should be vibrant. Okay. You can also do a rub and smell test where you take the spice, you rub it in your palm, and you smell it. Okay. It's up to you. Okay. You want to remove any spice that has gone past the best buy date or any spice that you no longer use. Sometimes we buy spice. Am I saying the right? Sometimes we buy spice with a particular meal in plan, and then we didn't even like that meal, or we're never going to make it again. It's okay to get rid of that spice. Okay. Also, McCormick people. If you're a McCormick person and you've been using this brand forever, you know the M's. Can you guys see this? I don't know if you can see this. Okay. If you're using McCormick and you look on the back of your bottle, and it says Baltimore, Maryland, then that spice is about 25 years old because they've moved their manufacturing to Hunts Valley, Maryland. So those people that have those old spices, McCormick only from Baltimore, Maryland, and especially if they're in that tin, you know, that little tin, okay, that square or rectangular tin, those are typically really old spices and you can probably get rid of those, okay? Maybe about 25 years old, but keep the tin because the tins are collector's items and people are paying about $25 a pop for those, all right? And who knows if it'll go up or not, all right? And then you're gonna decide as you're purging, step three, purge, decide whether you're gonna go to, whether you're gonna repurpose the old spices or just throw them away. I hate to see you guys throw them away. We're in the age and time where we're doing a lot of repurposing, recycling, reusing things. So I'm going to show you some ways that you can repurpose this, okay? Let's go through the purge real quick. I'm going to go through these parts of the purge, these co-steps, okay? And we'll do it together. Oh, I see I have some questions. Let me ask a question. What is happening? First of all, shoulders look amazing. My question is, what is happening when the seasons don't shake out? All right, when the seasons don't shake out, that could be a number of things. That means that the season is stale. It also may mean that your seal on your seasonings are not airtight, and so moisture has gotten in there, and we know where there's moisture, there's bacteria. All right, so moisture has gotten in there and has clogged it, okay? So it could either be stale or a little moisture has got in. Now, I still use mine sometimes. If it doesn't move, I just shake it real hard, okay? And especially if my Best Buy is under the 2 or 3 years, but it's up to you. You gauge, all right? And then I think I have one more thing in the chat. I have got it. Okay, good. People are got it. Somebody knows the steps. Purge. Yes. You see how excited I get? Because organizing is exciting, you guys. Let's get it. All right, so let's purge. All right, so we got this spice in Jamaica. I don't even like jerk stuff. Should I keep this? I'm going to keep it. And I'm going to make something for everybody else that likes jerk stuff. But these are the kind of decisions I have to make. I'm going to keep this even though I have not used it yet. But I'm going to give myself about a month. If I haven't used this in a month, then I'm probably not going to use it. All right. Black sesame seed. I don't know why I have this. I'll probably find a way to repurpose this. I don't even know what I made with black sesame seed, and really probably never heard of black sesame seed until I had to buy it. All right, so we're gonna get rid of that. All right, this Everglades chicken and fish, this was a good spice. I probably won't buy it again because I got something else. So we're gonna use the rest of that. My turmeric is good, and most of these things are good. All right, food coloring I keep just in case I do baking with the boys or some kind of activity. You can also use these to dye clothing, and they have other repurposes. All right, so let's take a look at this bay leaves. Oh, I need to get more bay leaves. All right, I don't know if I told you guys last time, and you can still purge while I'm doing this. Last time I started using this app called Trello, and it lets me make grocery lists. It lets me make all kinds of lists. I don't know if you can see that. All right, and so groceries is one of my lists. And I like to put things in my grocery. This is my spice and condiments. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm gonna put, I already got the protein powder. I'm gonna add a card and I'm gonna say bay leaves because I'm just realizing my bay leaves. And you can make a written list. You don't have to be extra like me, but I'm trying to save paper. I'm trying to save paper. All right, bay leaves, okay? This was a shrimp and seafood spice, but we have I have a son with a seafood allergy, so we don't even bring fish or anything in here. So I'm just gonna find a way to repurpose this if I can, okay? Nutmeg, mustard, and you do this too. Go through this, cardamom, I need all this, all right? I'm purging now. All right, meat tenderizer, just started using this. I used it for a roast. I've been making roast. Now, people that know me, you guys, I'm an organizer. I don't cook, okay? I don't enjoy cooking. And when I do, I have to have like wine and music to make myself do it. But meat tenderizer is new to me. It was the bomb. I love it, okay? Especially for beef. All right, So here's some red peppers. I have 2 red peppers. So what I'm going to do is consolidate them. These little tops come off, if you didn't know, okay? They come off. And I'm just going to consolidate these. If you're doing this right now, good for you. If you're fake doing it, good for you, okay? Continue to organize your spaces, people, to make you feel better. It'll make you less stressed. And I know people are stressed. I'm stressed. Me and my husband had to get out. I was like, look, let's just go to Atlantic Station and walk around. We did for an hour. It was nice. Not a lot of people. But sometimes you just need to get out. This is something new I got called Real Salt. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this, but it looked nice. I don't know anything about it. The label got me. Branding. All right. I'm going to keep that. Keep. All these are pretty. Oh, this is a spice my brother told me about. This is the bomb. I put that beef on everything. I put this on everything. It's called John Henry's. I bought 2 bottles. I already went through the first bottle. It's a honey lemon pepper, and he has a rub that's the bomb. They gave me a rub like as an extra thank you, and it was good. All right, so we're purging. Here's sesame seeds. What was I doing with these sesame seeds? I'm gonna hold those to the back. Does anybody know why?
No, they're excellent.
I should keep those? Why?
Yeah, because if you're doing anything that's like a little Asian flavor, anything a little teriyaki, you brown them and they give really nice flavor. Don't get rid of those.
Why? What am I gonna make with these?
If you want to do some fancy wings, some fancy
yeah, like a sesame wing.
Toast them and then sprinkle them on. It's delicious.
And the black ones, I can do that. Oh, someone's saying wings, salmon, salad. Okay, I'll keep these. Haters. I'm gonna keep these just for a month though. So I have 3 spices I'm just gonna keep for a month. If I don't use them, I'm never gonna use them. All right, so then I'm gonna keep this, blah, 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 cinnamon sticks. Banana extract. I made a banana pudding, you guys. I don't even know how to cook. It was delicious, but it wasn't rich and creamy. So somebody has to teach me how to make custard. All right, so that. Then I have flaxseed, which I use, and all these are new spices I know I'm keeping. Oh, these are some old grits. I'm gonna get rid of these. Okay, I know those are old. I forgot they were down there. This is some old oatmeal. Oh no, wait, what's the expiration date? So you guys, when I transfer, I know this is a little gross, but when I transfer things into these bottles, I keep the directions and expiration date in it, and I just stuff it in, because guess what? The oatmeal was in there. Also, I wipe down my groceries. I don't know if everybody else does, but I wipe down the outside of my groceries when I get them. All right, got that. This is baking soda. Sometimes I'll put the expiration on the bottom. I'll cut out the box with the baking soda and put it in a jar, and then I'll know what's in there. I can also label it, okay? But I try not to use my label tape because it's expensive unless I'm on a paying project, all right? So I'll just put this on the bottom and keep it like that. And then all these other things I know are good. Sometimes I'll keep extra cooking things on the bottom. And this is a whole, now I don't know if you can see this, but this is a whole carousel of a whole bunch of marinades and liquid stuff. We'll go through that another day. All right, so I purged. I didn't really have that much to purge because I'm a professional organizer. But if you have a lot of things that you're purging, it's okay. But now you need to decide. And while you're purging, you can listen to me. Keep purging if you're doing this with me. We've already got it. We've already sorted. We're on the purging, okay? And we're talking about getting rid of spices. Usually spices last about 2 to 3 years if they're ground or they're dried. Fresh spices, 5 to 14 days, depending on what they are, okay? And you want to go through these. We talked about having a best buy date on the label so you can see. We talked about how McCormick doesn't even make those tin spices anymore. You need to chuck those spices, but keep the tin because they're collector's items, all right? So, and then we're purging, okay? We're going through the best buy dates. We're smelling stuff. We're tasting stuff. We're looking at stuff. We're making sure there's no moisture. We're making sure everything is good. And then we're deciding what we're going to keep. If you feel like you're purging a lot, let me share my screen. Share my screen. Don't you leave. All right. what to do with Old Spice. Old Spice, ha 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 ha. I thought that was so funny. Maybe not. All right, so you can make potpourri. You can boil water and add a number of spices, ginger, cardamom, or cinnamon. Or you can even put citrus peel in there, and you can make the deodorize or make the room fragrant. A lot of people do this when they're selling houses. When you come into an open house, they have a little potpourri on the stove. Okay. Sometimes people do this when they have family and guests over. It's a good way. You can use the spices that are old. Okay. Old spices can be potpourri. You can craft your own bar soap. You can put, especially some of these abrasive spices, into your own DIY. Is it DIY? Yeah. Bar soap, and those granular bits are a natural exfoliant. And we know we need to exfoliate our skin. Exfoliate. All right. So you can do that with Old Spice. All right. What's the next thing? You can make spice sachets. You can put a little sage and thyme and oregano in a sachet and throw it in a drawer, and then you open your drawer and it smells really nice. Also, if you put like cloves in a sachet, you can keep moths away from your clothes. Okay, just a little tip. All right, and here's some unusual things you can do with certain spices. If you take a look at the list, you can stop garden invaders with cayenne peppers, and any really ground or powdered peppers will keep a lot of bugs away. Okay, ants and a number of bugs. If you, it's sort of like a boric acid is how you would apply it. Sprinkle it around. All right. Also, while I'm talking, you should be gutting, sorting, and purging your spices. Okay, or thinking about it. All right. So repelling cockroaches with bay leaves. You can dye Easter eggs with turmeric. You can also dye your fingers. I've been drinking turmeric tea. My fingers turn orange. All right. And someone said use a glove, and I didn't believe them, but now I do. You can glue with garlic. If you have like a fine china or glass, you can take the garlic juice and put it on there and glue it. Can you believe that? But you can't do like heavy items. It's not Gorilla Glue. You can drive away mice with mint, fresh mint. Mice don't like it. It's a repellent. You can repel mosquitoes with rosemary. Boil a little rosemary, put it in a little, dilute it with a little water and spray it on your body, rub it, mosquitoes, all right? You can grow your garden with cinnamon. Cinnamon, I think you boil, you make a little liquid solution. I think it's just cinnamon and water, and you can spray it. And I think it either helps your plants grow or it repels insects. I can't remember what it does. All right, disinfect with thyme. You can make a thyme solution. Okay, and spray it, and it disinfects. All right, soothe athletes with oregano. Paste with that. You can deodorize with dry mustard, and you can clean your tub with cream of tartar. Okay, a little baking soda, a little water, make a paste, and you can do those things with those spices. So you don't want to just throw your spices out. You want to repurpose them. And then even if you do end up throwing your spices out, remember, you can recycle those bottles, you guys. We got to save the earth. We got to save the earth. All right. What are we doing? How are we doing? Are you purging? Have you gone through the gut? Have you gone through the sort? Have you gone through the org? What time am I looking at? I got 30 minutes. We got 30 minutes, y'all. All right. Let me see if I have any questions real quick. Boom, 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 boom. I got kicked out. Someone got kicked out. Can you open my voice? I have a question. Okay, let's see who that is. This is Adama. She's one of the co-founders of Vitamin B20. Okay, Adama, let me see. Computer skills, yeah. All right, let's see. Adama, you said you had a question?
Yes. So we're talking about, hey, first of all, fabulous session on something so boring that is so amazing. I can't even believe that you're pulling this off.
Good.
Second.
Are you organizing is the question. Are you organizing your pantry?
Fuck no.
Oh, Adama, our language. Question.
No. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
What's the question?
Baking soda. What is the length of baking soda? Because I think I have had baking soda in my kitchen.
I want to say, what does it say? Right, the last date that is 30 days from opening the box.
It says 30 days.
30 days.
But it still works. So what can you do with it after that? Can you use it for your feet?
Yeah. So just like I went through the repurposing list, I didn't have baking soda on there, but you probably, after the 30 days, you don't want to bake with it, okay? Because it's going to lose its potency. It's not going to activate the way it should chemically. And you probably want to change it out of your refrigerator because it goes stale in 30 days. But you can use this as an abrasive to clean ceramic, tile, scrubs on your face, body scrub, right? You can use anything.
That's beautiful.
Use this.
That's so smart.
Don't throw this out.
That's a smart thing.
Yeah.
But I swear, I don't think people are throwing baking soda out of their refrigerators.
They're not. And they need to. And I've seen, and I hate to out some of my clients, but I've seen some clients that have the baking soda that is not only old, but has gathered so much moisture that it's bulbous at the bottom of the box, and you pick it up and the bottom falls out. You know what I mean? Yeah, throw that out.
Bulbous.
Have you seen that? It even darkens in color. It's just bacteria and stuff and moisture all in your baking soda. Throw your baking soda box out, okay? They do have containers that you can put baking soda in to deodorize your refrigerator. Just Google it.
Okay, and then my second question is, and I don't know if other people are like me or my family, but we don't refrigerate hot sauce or soy sauce. Or any of those sauces after we open them, but it clearly says it on the box.
Yeah,
I mean on the bottom.
It does. So that is just your preference, because I know working in the restaurant industry that they don't refrigerate that stuff. They don't even refrigerate the ketchup. You know what I mean? And it's been safe as long as it's airtight and no moisture and bacteria can get into it. It should be okay. I know people that keep soy sauce in the refrigerator and some that don't. Some that keep hot sauce in the refrigerator and some that don't, okay? It's just your preference. I haven't heard any real health issues with that unless your seal is not tight enough and things get into it, okay? Remember to always wipe your bottles down too, because that breeds bacteria. Okay.
Thank you, Betsy.
You're very welcome. I'm here for all your organizing needs, everybody in America. All right, so next. We've got it, we've sorted, we've purged, right? We've talked about old spices and what you can do. You can always call me and ask me these questions later, or you can email me, or you can send me a message on Facebook or Instagram. All right, our step 4 is to organize. We're gonna take inventory, we're gonna count all the spices that we're gonna keep, and we're gonna figure out the best place in your kitchen to store all those spices, whether it's the drawer, the pantry, or the rack, or all three, okay? Make sure that your spices you choose, spices. Okay, make sure that the spaces that you choose, or the space that you choose, is efficiently enough you can grab and use and replace. Being organized is about taking something down or away or out, using it, and then putting it back. So if you have an efficient enough space to do that, okay, that's where you want to put your spices. You don't want obstacles. Anytime you have to dig to the back of your spices, or you're going to miss something, or you're going to think you don't have something and you're going to overbuy it again and end up with 8 of the same spices. So it's key to get organized, and we'll talk about containers in the next slide. All right. So I know that I have 1, 2, 3. I'm physically counting all my stuff, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23, 24. Yeah, so I have 35 bottles of spices that are gonna go in here, okay? And my math says divided by 3 is pretty approximately 10 to 12 spices per label. I put the spices that I use the most down here, because I can grab my spices from 2 areas. I can here. I don't bake a lot, so I put things or make sweet things a lot. So, but I love sweet things. Oh, sweet things. Sorry. And I put those up here. Okay, so most used, then second most used, and then third most used. And these are adjustable. I think I just adjusted those the other day. Okay, and this is usually just my baking, and then of spices. They fit here, but they take up a lot of room. And it's just easy for me to grab and go right from here, all right? So this is where I know I'm gonna keep my 35 spices. You may have 300 spices. Just do the same steps. It's gonna be the same thing. Find the areas that you need. You may need to use multiple areas. You may need to build something. You may need to hang containers, right? And then I know I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I have 20 things that are going back here. And I just purged one little thing that I'm going to try to find a way to repurpose, okay? And this can go. This was seafood. We don't eat a lot of seafood because we have a kid with a seafood allergy. All right, so next step, what do you think it is? It's not one of the 5. I'm so sorry. I have to make it fun. First of all, I love it, but not everybody loves it. So when I go to my client's house, I make this fun for them because I want them to enjoy this, because what happens is, even though it takes a long time to get organized and go through the steps, it's never really this. You appreciate yourself. You're proud of the order that you have in your house. You have control. You have less stress. You have more space. You have more time to belly dance in the corner, okay? Whatever you do, you want to save time. You want to make your life efficient, all right? So now I'm going to wipe down the bottles, okay? We wipe down the bottles. We're wiping them down. Each bottle, this takes time. Do we have time? Yes, we do. Because why do we have time? Because we ain't going nowhere. You ain't got no job. It's Friday. No, I'm just playing. But some people do have jobs. All right. And thanks for the essential workers out there. We appreciate you. Okay. Okay. And this is just a little solution of bleach, dishwashing liquid, and water. I'll provide the recipe. I keep saying I'm going to provide the recipe and I never get around to it. Okay. But you can make this at home. All right. And then we're just wiping down the bottles. We've already sorted. We already sorted. We already organized. We already purged. All right. Oh, someone said you sound like your sound is breaking up a little. Is it? Oh, that's my mom. Hey. Alphabetize spices. You can alphabetize spices if you want to. You can put up all these spices in little tiny containers that all are the same size and uniform and label them. You can do whatever works for you. I'm not a big kitchen person, so I just really need to grab and go. Okay, I only use like maybe 10 spices every time I cook, so I don't need to alphabetize. But if you want to alphabetize, color code, we can do that for you. It's all about what's efficient for you. Everybody's system is going to be only you, and we love you. All right, so I'm wiping down the bottles. Pop bottles. All right, I'm wiping down the bottles. Okay, disinfecting them, sanitizing them. And remember, you can put your spices back any way you want to. You may not have a rack. You may have a drawer. You may have a box, okay? Whatever it is, gut it, sort it, purge it, organize it, and contain it, okay? Did I miss something? All right, I'm wiping down. How many people are doing this? Are you where I am? If you're not where I am right now, don't worry about it. You'll get there. Take your time. If you're sick of this and you're sick of me, go somewhere and come back. But make sure you come back and finish it, okay? Okay, I'm having fun. This is right. We're gonna groove tonight. Remember that song? Do-do-do. And till the spice is right. Or is that the words? Do-do-do. Oh, wait, is that what it? Are those the words? I don't know. All right, so we're wiping down. Wipe me down. Bum, 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 bum. Wipe me down. All right, so we're wiping down. Make it exciting for you. If you need music, listen to music. Okay? If you need quiet, make sure it's quiet. I'm wiping down all these things. I really need paper towel. I ball it up. I squeeze the solution into the paper towel just to saturate it, okay? And then I wipe these things down. Because when we grab our spices, sometimes we have bits of food on our hands, and we need to wipe down your spices. Some people wipe down their spices every time they use them, and that's a good practice. Okay? But if you're washing your hands and you're making... Oh, wait, this was some protein powder. Let's see if this is expired. Oh, this expired 10/20/19. Now, I can pour this out and dissolve this in the sink and then use this container for something else, okay? I can take the sticker off and use it for something else and relabel. We're repurposing, people. We're keeping things out of the landfill, all right? So I think I wiped down everything. I even wiped down bags, okay? Flour typically lasts, I think, about 10 months if it's unopened, and sugar lasts about 2 years. About 2 years, okay? I refrigerate my flour and sugar, and I don't know why. I don't know why I do that, but I do, okay? So I'm wiping down everything. I got these little clips. These little clips are the bomb, okay? These little clips, and I'm going to show you another little clip. These little clips, clips. These are cuter though. These would have been hot in a silver or a rose gold. All right, so I wiped those down. Those are all wiped down. Boy, boom, chop, boy. All right, so we've got it. We've sorted. Let me have you take a look at this list. I don't think this list is right. It looks backwards on my end. We've got it. We've sorted. We've purged. We've organized, and now we're going to contain. Let's talk about containing. I'm going to share my screen real quick because I'm such a digital. Containing. Can you guys hear me okay? Let me make sure that my mic is, make sure my mic sounds nice. Check 1. My mic sounds nice. Check 2. All right. So we are containing now. This is step 5. This is the last step. This is one of my favorite. I think gut and contain are my favorite steps. Well, I take that back. You just want to store your spices in a dry, dark place, okay? You don't want a lot of light because light will take the potency out, you know, through the heat and the rays, I guess. And it's best to store your spices in an airtight container. So these original containers are just fine, but if you wanted to replace them into new containers, make sure they're airtight so no moisture and bacteria and insects or things can't get into them, right? If you want to buy matching containers, look at some containers real quick. While I'm talking, you should be doing one of the 5 steps, okay? Here are some spice containers. You can get fancy, you can get basic, but I like the glass ones with the screws on them. Those are cute. This is that magnetic system where if you put magnetic strips up on the wall, you can just put them on the wall. So you don't need a rack. You don't need, but you will have to transfer the bottles in there, and a whole bottle may not fit in that one space, but you can put it in a reserve or back up someplace else in the house. But if you want to do that magnetic strip, you could unit to put things in, put them right on the wall, all right? And then these are these cork ones. Those are really cute, all right? And then here's a system where you just lift up and scoop out. Also, let's see, some more things that you can use. These are spice racks that you can get. You can put this spice rack on the back of your cabinet door and still have spice inside your cabinet. If you don't have a spice rack, and this is a system that we use very often, usually in people's pantries. So then they have food inside and then all their spices on the door. And then I thought this was cute, this little hanging system. If you can keep that up, and I think it has, they use that chalk paint pen, and they wrote the labels or the things on top, which is good because you can wipe those off and change the spices, and it hangs on this little rack. That is cutie patootie, all right? Those are some racks you can use. Wait, let's go back. Drawer, if you have drawer or your spices in drawers. You can use this riser system that lays flat, and you can put a couple, usually about 3-tier or 2-tier, okay? You can put the spices lay flat like that, or you can use this non-slip rubber system where the spices just lay flat in the bottom of the drawer, okay? And remember, you counted how many spices you have when we organize our step 4, organizing, so you know what's gonna fit where. If you're putting your things in multiple places, I would put the things that you're using most close. All right, and then here's some tools that I love. Oh, you can't really see that middle one. Okay, so this got a little cut off, but this is a spice rack that you can put in your pantry or your cupboard or your cabinets in your kitchen. And this little middle part spins around, and so does this whole back part, but this middle part spins around separately. So if you have things that you're using often, you can put those in the middle part. All right, I like that. And then this is a spice rack that you can use, what we call these risers, spice risers. I use these not only in the spice rack in the kitchen, but I use these in medicine cabinets as well. And what you can do is layer and put your spices on those, in those, measure your space out. They can go wide or low. Sometimes you may need 2. Sometimes you may have 3 shelves in a cabinet you can use for spices. Get as many as you can if you want to use that system. Labels out so you can see what's going on. Then you have this Lazy Susan. You can get tiered. I think I've seen a 4-tiered one. I've used 3 tiers. This is just a 2-tier and it spins around. Or you can get a 1-tier, just a flat Lazy Susan, and that spins around. All right. So for me, I don't really use any of that stuff, okay? Because I pretty much have a rack that is efficient enough, and then this little carousel that pulls out is efficient enough. So right now, this is how I'm going to contain my stuff. How much time do I have? I got 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Are you with me? Are you purging? Did you sort? Did you organize? Are you containing? Okay, let's get it, people. All right. So now I'm going to put the spices back. I'm going to put the things that I use the most down here. Black pepper, I use a lot of. Lawry's, okay? I was thinking about making my own Lawry's. I was looking at the ingredients. Okay, Lawry's. Royalties. That's Roxy and Lawry's. Royalties. Of course, this, my brother hooked me up with Uncle Henry's. Okay, I use that daily. What else do I use daily? I use this salt daily, and I like to turn the labels out because I have room back there. My husband uses this Himalayan pink salt. I think it's all fooey. No, just playing. I don't know. There's some health benefits to that. We're going to put that out. Actually, I'm going to move this way because my husband likes to grab and go into the dining area. All right. This is going up top. Let me see, what else do I use every day? I use garlic powder every day, or most days. And I think that's pretty. I use that often. Okay. Chili powder. I have 2 chili powders. I didn't even notice I had 2 chili powders. Let's consolidate these if I can. It's no sense in having 2 of the same spices. We're going to put these spices together. Consolidate your spices if you can. That was an It was too much. All right. But that was an oversight on my part. I didn't know I had 2 chili powders. Powder I use. All right. Onion powder I use. I have 2 onion powders. Roxy, what's happening? I need to see how I needed to get organized. I double bought. I feel so bad now. I wasted money. Ground cinnamon. I taught the kids how to make cinnamon toast, so we're using that. Why do I have, okay. So I'm going to just go ahead and confess. I have a lot of the same things, all right? And I shouldn't, and I feel bad that I do. All right, so I'm going to use this. I'll probably use this today. I'm making spaghetti. So I'll use the rest of that today. My other garlic powder will go there. And what else do I use, people? Do you know me? Do you know what I use? Do you know? All right. And I think that's it. That's all that I use every day. So the garlic salt I use to make garlic bread, and I'm making spaghetti, so I'm going to need this down. All right. And I think that is it that I use down here. All right, and then the rest of the things I can put up here. I don't use that often. Blah, blah, blah. I like to put the smaller ones way at top so it's easy for me to reach. You know what I mean? A bigger one is a little taller and it may hit the top, so I like to put those smaller ones up here. All right. Turmeric, although I started with ground turmeric, I started using fresh turmeric, but I'm still going to keep this. Somebody said fresh turmeric had more health benefits, so I'm going to use that. All right. Some of my bouillon, don't really use a lot, so I'm going to put those over here. Sugar, I use in a lot of stuff. I put it high so the kids don't get it. All right. Celery seed. I don't really use celery seed. I use celery salt. Let me keep this. All right, so this is containing. I'm just putting the stuff back in areas that I know that I'm going to need them. All right, these three things that I said I'm going to use, I'm going to keep these sesame seeds in this jerk seasoning, and we'll see if I use it. Let's see if I toast some sesame seeds and put them in my stuff, all right? And we're going to just put this stuff back, okay? Neat and orderly. Time. What time is it? Oh, no, no, no. Bill, no, no, no. Bill, no, no, no. Why am I singing the time? All right, so we are organizing the spice pantry, people. We've gone through the 5 steps. Oh, I'm going to use this garlic powder tonight. This is a donate. That's up some more of that seafood. Banana extract. I'm going to put banana extract. All right, these table. Let me get that table salt. I'm going to put down here for comfort. I'll put them with this and put them in there later. Ginger and things like that can go on the second tier. I use ginger in my tea. This is some old sea salt that I accidentally burned the bottle, and so I had to transfer it to this. I'll use this today in my spaghetti. All right, and then I'm going to put food coloring with more of my baking stuff. All right, you see that? So, voila. This is my new spice rack. You see that? If you want to be my lover, you got to. I don't know why I thought of that. Spice. This is my spice rack. You see how that looks? Doesn't that make you want to cook? Doesn't really make me want to cook, but I feel better about cooking because now I can grab and go. All right. And then we're going to do this bottom part where I'm going to put most of my baking. I like to put the labels out so I can see what they are when I'm cooking. Okay. And since I use these regularly, I'm going to put them towards the front. Okay. My other spices. I use this every day, these 2 things. I'm going to put them on the bottom one right. So I'll put those on the bottom too. My cornstarch, my baking soda. Baking soda, I got baking soda. There's also, and that's another use of Dama for baking soda, but we won't talk about that. All right, that's illegal. My table salt, I don't really use unless we have company. So I'm just gonna put them way in the back here. I'll know that these are back here, okay, because I go in there every day. And then my bottom part, I'm gonna put my smoothie stuff in the front. My, what are these, flax seeds and my protein. Uh-oh, a little nasty there. My cereals and more flaxseed. And then baking, okay? So then that is nice and organized. And I wish, can I bring this close to you guys? Let me see. Let me see what kind of skills I have with the camera. Can you guys see that? All right. So then that is, I should have done this before so you could see it. Okay, and that's my lower pantry. Like I say, I take the doors off. It's just easier for me to get in and out, and it's easier for you to see. Okay, and then I'm gonna put that stuff back here. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put these in a bin. I don't like to just stand them up. They're just so small when I'm putting them in that big space. Because I have bins, you know. Hold on. I'm still here. I'm just getting a bin. All right, so I'm just gonna put these in a bin. Hold on. I'm still here. And I'm just gonna put these in a bin. Okay? Because they're just so small for this space and they won't stand up. And if I keep pulling them in and out, they'll fall. All right? So this is my organization. I'm using this today. Here are some more of my clips. And this goes away. All right. So are you finished? Did you organize? I know you're not as fast as me, but don't worry about it. Just make sure that you keep going through these every 2 to 3 months. Now, usually, since we're at home and since you're cooking a lot, okay, a lot of people just started ordering out. Some people are cooking. Some people love cooking, but just need to get their spices organized. Go ahead and get your spices organized so that when you do cook, it's efficient, it's effective. You're not overbuying a product which is embarrassing, but also a waste of money. So that's why it's important to organize, all right? If you have any more questions and you want to talk to me, this is where you can reach me. This is where you can follow me. I'm sharing my screen. Okay. Facebook and Instagram, or you can just give me a call and ask me any questions, and I can help you with your own space at your home or your business virtually, since we are doing social distancing. I'm here to help you. I'm here to get you organized. What is this on my shirt? Is there some on my shirt? Flower. Okay, I'm here to get you organized. Okay, I want the best for you. I want you to have less stress. I want you to have more space. I want you to have more time. I want you to enjoy the real estate that you're paying for. Okay, if you're renting, you want to enjoy that rental space. If you're bought a house, you better get organized and enjoy that house. You just bought that baby. You better take care of it. On vitamin B20 next week with Tuesdays at 3. Wednesday with Water Walk, Tuesdays at 3 with Gillian Alex, Water Walkers on Wednesday with Brayley Evans, Super Creative Thursdays with Delaney, and Self-Care Saturdays with Tara Stinson. And on Sundays, Simply Straight. Get organized. Get organized. If you have some suggestions and you want to see me do a certain space, let me know. I'll do it for you. If you want to be a guest, you can join the contest. I have a contest going on. I'll give you more information about that. And you can be one of my winners of a free virtual organizing. Okay? Do I have any questions, comments, concerns before I leave? Leave. Anyone? Okay, so I hope that you're enjoying your space. I hope that you got time to purge and do this pantry. If you didn't, just record it and then go back to it and do it step by step by step. If you get stuck, if you get frustrated and you need to walk away, walk away. You'll be all right, okay? Just get organized now. Bye. Am I still live on Facebook? Bye.